king of the rappers.
What's up,
The
gang? It's
mission.
Murata Music with 3-piece TCG.
Big beard.
Somebody got the memo. There we go. There we go. That's right. I'm with the whole fucking gang today. Not everybody. We can't all fit in one Discord. But we're all fucking psyched and stoked. And any other word that sounds like it starts with an S but actually doesn't. About 8.5. Now, we've all been playing a shit ton on the simulator and running everything that we can think of to, offset the Eastern meta because, typically they get the cards 3 months in advance. They tell us how we're going to play, and then we say, thank you, may I have some more? But not this time and not anymore. We've had stuff like starter deck 14 Luffy make a splash in the West where it just wasn't even talked about in the East. We've got ban lists that have enabled other decks as a whole to just be to rise and no longer be stifled by, the law. Literally, I fought the law and the law won kind of shit. So I've got a couple of my compadres, my brothers, my big beard brothers, and we've all picked some decks. We are going to place the deck, okay? All right. Oh, I'm the only one with control, so I guess you guys just tell me where to put it. But yeah, we'll place the deck, say why we believe it belongs there, and then what nobody was expecting is then you got to defend your choice against the onslaught of hatred from your fellow players. So anyhow, with that being said, let's go over the tier list. Man, I'm flying by the seat of my pants right now. I did not have any of this planned. Okay, so as you guys know, y'all come to a fucking 3-piece fucking big beard fucking tier list. We got the best dicks in format, okay? These are gonna be your usual suspects. These are the decks that are gonna win more often than not. It's gonna be one of these. Then we have always a bridesmaid, never a bride. These are the ones that they're going to top 16, top 32. They might even win. They might even win here and there, but it's going to be an isolated experience. And for the most part, these are just solid decks. Then you got, oh, hang on. They won with what? And that is the who the fuck plays this deck? Still, that's when '06, Whitebeard came out of nowhere and was able to win the tournament. Like, yo, what? They won with what? These are decks that can be solid, but you've got to see your matchups. You've got to, yeah, that's it. You got to see your matchups. You got to play perfect. And then we got copeds. Copeds is a term I pulled from my buddy Win. And yeah, copeds is just like, well, if this works, and then that works, and then I get this card, and then they play this card, I win. Yeah, that's a lot of cope. You're doing some lines of railing that cope.
That's a hydro tier.
Sounds like hydro, bro.
Hell yeah. Hey, you know what? I played him round two. With his red yellow Sabo. And so, hey, he won that match. He won that first match. So I said, all right, undefeated. And then we have just a blank tier. A blank tier of just nothingness. Yeah, and then we got cuck tier. And cuck tier is reserved for those who like to show up and watch their leader get fucked right in front of them while they hold their hand, stroke their hair, and hear how much better of a lover their opponent is than them. Because, yo, if you're running these decks, what are you doing? You're wasting everybody's time. But yes. So
that should be called troll tier. Troll tier. That's a troll tier.
Nah, bro. Cause troll, we gotta call these people out, bro. They're cucking, bro. They're big. They got big cuck energy, and you know what I'm saying. No,
That's crazy, man.
They would like to see you with their significant other, but that's another story. Okay, so who wants to start us off?
I can go
Let's go, Ray.
Let's go, Ray. All right, Ray, you have been volunteered as tribute.
Volunteered as tribute.
Okay, so
hold up my 3 fingers.
You've been voluntold.
Yeah, the voluntold.
So just to be clear, this is an 8.5 video.
8.5.
Are we doing other leaders that could get strong with the structure decks? Or are we only specifically talking about the structures?
Great question. And yes, we are doing all leaders, not just starter deck, everybody. And this can be predictive or whatever, however you want to put it. But this is with everything included to take us
I
from
got you.
here till OPO9 drops.
Got you. Okay. So we all know that I'm a dirty skeezy yellow player. So
Hell
you
yeah,
know I'm gonna pick first. We're gonna go ahead and grab my boy Katakuri.
Of course.
Katakuri.
Even though I want him in the top tier, he will not be going there. Unfortunately, he will
Okay.
be there.
Correct.
He will be in always a bridesmaid.
Always a
I agree.
bridesmaid.
For some reason, Bandai loves yellow but hates yellow at the same time.
Hell yeah.
I think that with the introduction of the structure decks, with the deck 6 cost Big Mom, where she states that on play, you can either have your opponent choose to take a life or they ditch 2 cards from their hand.
Mm.
I think hand disruption for yellow is even more annoying than sometimes taking life, because especially going against like those decks like Dofi and red and green Uta, a lot of those decks just want to take their life, or they just want to stack big, like a lot of cards in their hand,
Mm-hmm.
just so they can see you not win at the end game by just ditching hella 2Ks and just getting out of every attack. So definitely, the introduction of that Big Mom would really put Katakuri up there even more than he was. So if he could be in the top tier list, what's that called again?
It's gonna be best dicks in format.
Best Dixon format. If he
Hey,
was able to be there, he'd be probably all the way at the end.
but yeah, so I was just pulling up the card for everybody to see the Charlotte Linland, the 6 for 7. I like it because if you look at the bottom left of the card, you can see she has the tiniest foot, and that is just hysterical. But so one surprise about this card is that when I was looking at the list for Katakuri, we go over to the Japan list, and if we do the 8.5, uh, Katakuri doesn't change much at all. Like it looks like they didn't want to pull anything except for that 2K. And this is just one of the lists. Are y'all guys able to see this that I'm going over?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So unless this is gonna make me a dirty fucking liar, and it's not, this is the
yeah, that
card that
2K
they
is
have.
strong.
Yeah, they chose to keep this card in there. Look at the top card of your opponent's life, put it back, top, blah, blah, blah. You know, just life manipulation shit. But they didn't go for the
Wait,
six
is it
cost.
your opponent's or is it you and your opponent?
Look at the top card
You
of,
are your opponents.
Oh, it's either
yeah,
person. Yeah, that card is strong. That card is
yeah.
really strong. I was actually gonna talk about that card. I almost forgot about it until you said it. That card is really strong. Also, the other SR category that comes in there is pretty. He's pretty decent.
Hmm.
It you just really had to find a home for it in the category deck. It's so tight on space, bro. It's hard to find a way to put all these cards in there
Is
because
that
like
yeah, okay, the 5 for 6? Yeah.
yeah, it's really hard to find a lot of space like because you want to run your 7 cost Big Mom, you want to run your 6 cost Big Mom, and then I know we're not talking about OP9, but then when OP9 comes out, you get that Devil Robin. It's just a lot of cards and a
Hmm.
lot of limited space in yellow, man.
Yeah, yeah. And
Whoa.
going back to that Charlotte Linland, I really do. I wouldn't be surprised of any of these cards making it in the West because one, if you look at the, well, I don't want to get into that, but I'll bring it up when it comes up. I will be reminded. But yeah, I really do like that your opponent discards 2 cards from hand and or trash the top. I really do like that discard 2 cards from hand though, because with
Yeah.
Katakuri, you either got to have life or you have to have cards in hand, and if you don't, you're gonna get fucked. You know what I mean? That's the only way.
Yeah, and then the curve too, and then that big curve, bro. If you're going, if like Katakuri with that new 6 cost mom, you can go first.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
go first turn pudding, third turn. If you want to use your leader effect, you can swing big. Um, or you could play Parasparrow on 3, and then on 5 you could play a card that pops like a Datsu or you could play the Nami Egghead, and then on
Mm-hmm.
7,
That's the Hydro talk.
Hell
and
yeah.
then yeah, this is hypotheticals, but I'm just saying like
Man's
this is a
running them
big curve now.
lines.
Yeah, because then on your 5 you could pop something. On 7, instead of playing your 7 mom, you could play your 6 mom. have them ditch 2 cards or take a life, and then you go 7 mom on your 9 Dawn turn, and then they have to choose to give you one or take one, and then on your 10 Dawn turn you drop 10 moms. So you're just
Yeah.
dropping 3 big moms back to back to back, and it's like black, they remove everything, but now you're playing huge bodies each
Mm-hmm.
turn for 3 turns in a row, and it's like
They've got
they're
to
just
see their
like,
cards.
damn, yeah, they're like, damn, bro, like I'm having to use all these resources for 6, for 7, and now I gotta scrape up what I have left to get rid of this 10 mom. Hopefully, like
Yeah.
I do with this bag, asshole. Damn.
yeah, bro, it's like this 6 mom is gonna make a difference for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So I definitely agree. Does anybody have anything? Does anybody think it belongs in They Won With What, or they belong? Does anybody agree with Always a Bridesmaid?
As the other fellow yellow player, I think it works out there in
Yeah.
Bridesmaid because it's still pretty real. It's still pretty strong, especially with all the
Yeah.
big moms.
Yeah. I do believe that
It's not
this
as
is.
dominant as it used to be, but
Mhm.
they can still win.
It's a deck that can definitely and will catch you slipping, and it will win games that it
Yeah,
will
with
beat decks
triggers.
that we're expecting to win against it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
definitely strong.
But against
Strong.
black, if they don't see the removal, then they're boned. They got nothing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and move into let's do AJ's pick. Is AJ ready or is Sensei Surge ready?
Sure, why not? I can pick any leader I want.
Any leader you want.
Let's go with Carrot and put her in Cope.
Carrot and
Yeah.
Cope. Cope heads running them lines.
Because I am also a Cope hit. Because I feel like she is good, but only really good in early to mid game. Because once they start dropping their big bodies, she has nothing that can really fight back against it, unless you get lucky and have your Dofis or
Yeah,
what else can you do? Dofi, maybe
Aren't y'all
what would you
getting
call
Shanks?
it? Yeah, Shanks, but only that KO is a rested character, so it's really situational.
Oof. Wait, can't? Oh yeah, you can't just rest big bodies, right?
No, Kara's ability only rests 5 or less, so you kind of have to take the hit or hope you get that trigger off like that rest the whole board, or like Arc Noah.
yeah. I'm looking at the Carrot alt arts and the sim, and God bless, she cannot. No one has ever given her a skirt that's more than 3 inches long, have they?
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right. It sounds like Carrot. Yeah, but I will say this. When I was on my, red purple Luffy montage,
Yeah,
just minding my business, taking a shit, playing the game as one does. I ran into a Carrot, and I probably sat on that toilet till I had fucking hemorrhoids trying to beat this fucking Carrot with red purple Luffy, and I could not do no such thing. I was
yeah, I think
like,
she's pretty. I think that she's good into RP Luffy, honestly,
yeah, it
or
is
purple Luffy.
insane. I think it's the freezing, uh, obviously access to green and the bigs that come with green. But yeah, she
Yeah,
is. I think that is she's probably the queen of cope. She's the Griselda Blanca of the cope game because when you really think about it, if she catches you and if things go right, it's gonna be a miserable existence.
if you can consistently just hit life every time because your freezes are bored, then
Hmm.
then it puts them in a bad spot. But then they have all those extra cards in hand, so like it kind of evens out a bit.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Which
it's
is why
it.
people this is why people just call her a worse Bonnie, because Bonnie can rest anything with 1 Dawn, and
Mhm.
Kara can only rest 5 or less, and only if there's a Minx on board.
Yeah, I was talking with a subscriber about that, and they were just talking about how scary Bonnie is because how could you ever make a better green leader than Bonnie? And I was like, yeah, in a world where we power creep past Bonnie for green, that's gonna be dangerous as fuck. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh shit.
I mean, then the next thing you do is just do what the U power creep is, and just fucking just was it sports spam.
You can
yeah,
just rest anything. That'd be the best green leader.
yeah. Rest
Yeah.
just cause that's what it says.
Yeah. Well, not just cause, but get them off the ban or something.
Nah, just cause, bro.
Just cause, bro.
God,
That's the only way you. That's the
God.
only way you're beating Bonnie, bro. Is you got to be
I
just
think that
cause.
it had to be rest and also freeze at the same time.
That
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
insane, bro.
yeah. And then we just
Which
would
is
ban. Then
what
we
the
would just ban Tyler, just straight up.
yeah. Which is like with
Shout
bot with
out Tyler.
carrot leader, you just use ability and then you play the bonding character and then you can use it that way too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
All right. So is everybody good with cope heads for Carrot? Carrot the cope head.
I think so.
Oh, cope head
Yeah.
Carrot.
I
Until
mean,
she gets some
AJ.
until she gets some end game support, she's kind of gonna be stuck there for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
What were you
Sensei
saying,
Surge. Oh yeah, Surge. Did you have something to add?
No, I was gonna say AJ has the most experience with the deck, so I trust
Yeah.
his judgment.
Oh, he knows where that carrot goes.
I know that.
Hey
Hey
yo!
yo.
Hell,
All
early game
right.
it's fun. It's just, but then late game, like, all right.
Yeah. All right, Sensei Sergio. What knowledge shall you bestow upon us today?
All right, well, I'm gonna get us started with another 8.5er.
Okay.
Uh, give me red ace.
That red
Red
ace.
ace.
Okay, where's it
Oh,
going?
that's a curveball.
Dun, 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 dun,
Wait,
dun.
we gotta put them in. They won with what?
Hey. Okay, okay. Let's see if I can find an ace list while you're talking about this madness. Go ahead.
The ace or the whitebeard support that the start deck brings is really good. You get some new 2Ks to put in there.
Fatal Fury. I'm sorry.
Hell
You
yeah.
get the seven beard. You get the 5-drop ace with rush. That if he's removed, you minus 1,000 instead of removing him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, all that helps his aggro, and then he also gets a little control. Because in ace, you want to play a lot of events so that you can do stuff with your leader ability.
Yeah.
But the issue that I was running into when I was testing the deck is sometimes like your hand is so bricked up
Enough to get
that
away.
yeah, that it's hard to get through. And I don't even know if you'll find a list.
Yeah,
But
bro, I'm fucking scrambling, but
the
I was
yeah,
He said I'm
literally I
scrambling.
was on YouTube and I can find one that is a como se dice. This is the next shit right here. Hang on.
I mean,
Is that is that
go back
9.0?
to the Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese.
Go to deck profiles or not? Yeah, scroll down. Or
The thing is they only go back to EBO1.
I see that. Okay, so go back to where you were when it showed deck list on the side. Like if you click the back arrow, I think you were there.
Let me see. Oh, wait. Oh, I
excuse me.
got it right
Oh,
here though. I got it right here. This is a really cool one. Hang on. It was on YouTube and it was an OPO9 ace list. And I've seen the video before. It should come up. And it's not going to. Everything's all right. It's okay. This we don't have to delete this video. It's okay. Everything's gonna work out. Um, but
He's
yeah,
better about it.
speaking to what you were saying, actually, I got this motherfucker screenshot because I was gonna play it, and I remember watching it on my phone. But yeah, the ace list looks pretty fucking dirty. And Ace has always been a really cool leader and archetype, in my opinion, because it seems like he's just the leader. Yeah, like he's in the helm and he's just smiting people with his fucking. Oh, I'm about to find it. Smiting those with his damn ass fucking spells and events and everything like that, and he really just sets it. It's always been a different feel. I liked, and I've loved Flame Emperor as a card forever. Let's see.
that card's disgusting.
No, the double attack, the KO somebody 8 or less, it's nasty as fuck, and I can't
The,
find
Doesn't
it.
it give you power too?
yeah, power
Yeah, no,
gives 3K.
yeah. So there are some channels that I follow, and I get to see their videos here and there because you know how it is. Shit don't always pop up on your timeline, but yeah, they were running a ace list, and it just looked fucking dirty as shit. It looked like a lot of fun. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Let me see. Subscriptions. And is that them? No, it's got little skull and bones. There they are. Watch this. You guys are gonna like this.
Ooh,
Looking
the
for.
shanks.
Yeah, here we go. Just, I'm not gonna pay for YouTube Premium, and my wife is not gonna let me destroy her shit. Look, this is right where I was, baby. Yeah. So for the kids at home, this is what they chose to run
4,000.
with for OPO9. Yeah, they want all the gold. They want all the Rayleigh. But when you look at this dude, I mean,
They
you
want
are.
all the gold and silver.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, gold, silver, and gold. That is not just a Christmas song. Yeah, dude, this one is like he is the mayor of Pop City between the what is it, Jet Pistol,
Yeah.
right? Jet Pistol and the Flame Emperor. You're minusing down with these. These are your new little como se dice, Gordons.
Yeah, but you got to take a life for those.
You do. You do. You do? You
Yeah,
do. That's right. That's right. You're supposed to play, if you want to play this with like whitebeard, you're supposed to play that other card that prevents you. You swing with it, and then you can play this, and then it, keeps you from having to do that. But I feel like the bread and butter comes into the mid game with this deck, and it is doable. This might be they won with what, but it's something that is going to be threatening, and I feel like it's going to catch people with their pants down eventually, more often than not.
yeah. No, I had a lot of success with it when I was testing. I was having a
Hmm.
lot of fun with the deck, but I mean, there is a couple decks that you just can't beat sometimes,
Hmm. Hmm.
and namely Red's main nemesis being yellow.
Hmm.
hmm
I still think that's one of the hardest matchups for Red.
And
Uh, but the control that the deck adds and the control that Red's getting, which I've been wanting since like the inception of the game,
hmm
because they had all these minusing effects, and the only like consistent control that we had was like Jet Pistol and then Vista for like a little bit.
yeah,
So
This, what a time to be alive when I was around.
I'm gonna look that up for the gang online. The Vista.
so so I like that these old decks coming out of the woodworks with these new starter decks.
Makes them viable again.
Yeah, I like Bandai, uh, because they put a lot of good stuff. Their products are all pretty much worth it.
Yeah,
Trying to get a hold of it is the issue.
they do continue to seem to. Now there's some cards like, when people are like, I can't believe Calgara's not getting any support. I'm like, yo, if you thought Calgara was gonna get support two sets from, now, you're fucking you're on that cope. But
Yeah, bro, Copa for real.
there are some characters, Ace, they're still printing killer ace cards, obviously, namely the, not in red, but the 10 drop ace is insane. And there's going to be some characters that they're just not going to let go. And I guess you can look at those characters as stock, and you can invest in the fact that I'm pretty sure Purple Luffy's going to be around. I'm pretty sure, Ace, they're not going to let this whole whitebeard package go away. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of
Yeah.
guess that they're going to revamp and just throw a little more spice your way here and
Edward
there.
Newgate's coming back, boys. I'm telling y'all right now.
Mm.
There's no way they're gonna keep that man in the ground like that, bro.
All right. Well, with that being said, does anybody have anything, any scruples with they won with what Ace?
Nope, I think it's a
No.
fair place.
Fair. It's
Yeah, I
fair.
think it's fair. Sturgeon plays red more than most of us, so I trust his judgment.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I do believe that Ace, along with a lot of red decks right now, with the exception of possibly Zero, is they're going to be in that what they won with what, because these are going to be like very volatile. Red is very volatile in its nature of rushing, or in this case blowing things up, and they either catch you slipping or they don't. You know what I mean? So, and in a meta where you start running into a lot of 4 life leaders, red is gonna fucking. I've seen Ace beat Sakazuki back in the gap when Sakazuki was first coming out, just because of the rushdown and cards like Flame Emperor. You
Uh,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Stuff
I
like
remember
that.
watching. I remember watching in the championship. It was a Red Zoro go against Sakazuki, The red Zoro literally saw all 4 of his Zoros,
Mhm.
and he won because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for playing. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking nuts. Well,
He said, go ahead, pack that shit up for me, bro."
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
That's of course, you know what? You got this. You got this.
So if everybody's good, we move on to the next one.
Sure, go ahead,
Yes.
bro. I know you're excited. Go
Is
ahead.
it my turn?
Yes, you can talk about Purple Luffy all you want.
Purple Luffy, best deck in format, baby. Woo! We did it. Congratulations. Shaking hands, shaking hands. Not cocks. It look weird. It's gonna look weird when I play it back. It's not that.
Why making the video?
Fuck. No, yeah, the whole reason I'm making the video. No, and in all honesty, okay, now I am open to being shot the fuck down, but in all honesty, if I go over to
Esports, yeah.
yeah. Let's look at this OPTCGs. Now, I should have been ready. But you know what? I didn't want to let you guys know what I was up to. That's the truth of it. Okay, so first and second place. I don't think I agree with this list if I remember this one. Yeah, this one is super O5 Luffy with the exception of Onami, and that's
That
no
Onami
fun.
is crazy.
The Onami is crazy. Even though this list they seem to be in the same event, and this one lost to this one, I'm still gonna say it's the goodest and the funner one. Okay, so this is the list that I'm looking at, and this is what I'm fucking with. Now, the only difference between my personal list and this one is that I do still keep Polly's because I do believe Polly is going to be an intangible must-have to control and get ahead of Blue Dofi. Now, before anything on that, this is the first deck other than mine. And I've been making videos on Purple Luffy for a little while now that I've seen somebody finally run 4 Bond Clay. I absolutely understand its limitations in the sense of if they don't play a body, you have nothing to mimic. However,
True.
it
You get
ramps
ramp.
you it ramps you for free, and up until this point Luffy has been a we call him a fucking he gives you 2 extra Dawn, but he's a 3 life leader is the best way to put it, because typically people are ramping twice. Well, what happens if you find a way to mitigate that or go around that? And that's where we find Bond Clay. One of if you watch One Piece and you fuck with Straw Hats, and you're gonna Bond Clay is gonna be one of your favorite characters, period. You know, and yeah. And so you play him on your turn 2 if you're going first, and you have ramped 1. Okay, so now you don't need to take a life, which means when they swing at you with 7, you're chilling. You can take that hit, and now it continues your agenda, and the next turn for free without taking another life, I am able to play Polly, who isn't present here, and then go straight to 10. Or in this list, if you don't see Polly, you can go Luffy Taro into we ideally want Sangoro, because that's gonna be a lot for a removal deck to deal with, whether you're going by power or by cost. 12k, 12 costs worth of characters is a lot to deal with, and 14k worth of power is a lot to deal with. If you don't have Sangoro, you can play Zoro Joro. And then the only hang up here is you can't play Onami to get that value just yet. But if you did go Polly and pop something, or not pop anything, just ramp, and then the next turn, you could do Luffy Taro into
How much does
Onami.
Polly cost?
Polly cost 5,
5.
and then with the +2, excuse me, I'm gonna look them up right here for the gang on the
I think
watching
this
this
might
back.
be-
You pay
I think
to
this might cost too much.
Yeah, so he's a 5 for 6, and on play, if you rest 2 additional Dawn, you get to add 1 Dawn card from your deck as active, and then you get to KO a character with a cost of 4 or less. So if you are going against a Dofi player, especially if you took first from him, which is amazing. Now I know I'm getting a little cope lines on it, but whatever they developed on their second turn, you will get rid of. You will at least get rid of one of them. So, and then you also have a 6k body. You have Bond Clay on board, so you're able to swing into one of their cards for free, and they get rid of Bond Clay. Cool. You get to swing again with Polly. You get to swing with your leader, and then you're also obviously that next turn you're developing, Luffy Taro, etc. Or you could even go straight into Kaido if you're just a fucking psycho. But this is the deck that I have seen in the past that is closest to mine. I think like I said, I want more polys, and I forget where I go for those polys. I know I don't run 4 laws. I know I don't do that, but yeah, I still believe in Magellan, and I just think it's a good list. It has a lot that can fuck with a lot of people. As is, there every once in a while you squeak a win out of black. It's not as unwinnable as people make it seem. Because if you can
How much is
Magellan twice, go ahead.
how much does Luffy Toro cost?
Luffy Toro is a 7, and it is. There we are.
Unless you
Luffy
put it on
Toro
body,
is
right?
7, and if you -1, you get to play a Straw Hats character with 5 or less.
Yeah,
So
I think it's probably costs too much. That's why they don't run them.
the poly does cost, and you do have to you do have to take away from somewhere. So I think I have a list around here somewhere.
I know that
Luffy.
the deck list changes in set 9 because you get all the new straw hat stuff.
Let's
No, it's
see.
Hydro.
It is Hydro. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at my list right now. I would like to share it with you guys somehow, but I can't. So yeah, I got 4 Bond Clay, 4 Magellan, 4 Polly, 2 Double Finger, 4 Sanji, 3 Big Lin, 3 Big Kaido, then the Luffy Taro, Sangoro. Oh, okay. So what I didn't run to make room for it is I just didn't run the Zoro. I didn't run the 4 Zoro, and I put 4 of Polly, and that's that was my personal list. I'm not saying that's gold. I'm not saying that's right and everyone else is wrong, but that's what I've been cooking up and experimenting with, and I've been having some fun with it. But yeah, so now let me have it, gang. Why does this belong in Copeheads?
I think he belongs there.
I was gonna say the silence is deafening.
No. That's on me. My associate had called me. He was asking me something, but no. I think I don't think that it's hard to say because I don't think that he's up there. I think he's with Katakuri. I think that Dofy is gonna be at the top for sure.
Of course, of course.
Purple
But,
Luffy gets better in 09 though with the other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about set 9, yeah, he's up there.
Yeah. Now, and just
It's
to be
just
clear,
that Franklin.
best
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
best dicks plural. Best dicks plural. So not just one. You know what I mean? Because Dofy is, we all know Dofy. Spoiler alert. Dofy's gonna be up there. So you guys are feeling he's always a bridesmaid.
I feel like until 09 for sure.
Until 09 for sure. Okay, yeah. He does have a rough matchup against Katakuri nowadays. Anybody else's thoughts on that?
Put that man in Copeheads.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Copeheads with Carrot. He's doing lines off of Carrot, and you can guess where.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah! All right.
Luffy, Purple Luffy's. I think Purple Luffy's always been one of the best purple decks to ever come out. Like, I was so excited that Purple finally got support because it had been getting shit on. But I don't know.
All the purple support he gets, it goes to red purple Luffy.
Hell yeah.
This starter deck is gonna help him a lot.
Yeah.
That it doesn't even just help him a lot, bro. That accelerates that man.
Yeah, it takes away the randomness of the builds and you start to see that cohesion, and then in 09 it's like he runs away.
09, all straw hats. You drop the queen for the Frankie.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah, you can actually search your whole deck.
Yeah.
You were nothing but straw hat.
Man, coming out of act mic, bro.
Nah, bro, talking out of a can and a string, bro.
All right, so we all
at the gym.
So we all agree best
bro,
deck and format. All right, so who's up next?
That's crazy. Put that man in bridesmaid.
Damn, they won with what? They won with
Nah,
Luffy
bridesmaid. Nah,
again.
he's a bridesmaid for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
standing next
bridesmaid
to
for
the
sure.
bride. He's standing right next to the bride.
For sure. He's
Maid of
definitely
honor.
like right there, bro. He's right there, bro, for sure.
All right.
I just strongly agree that there's no other deck that can compete with Dofi, and there's nothing up there with it, bro. It's just my personal opinion. Like maybe
Fuck yeah.
Smoker, but I don't know, man.
All right. Now you're just trying to get Avocado excited. He's just trying to summon Avocado at this point.
Watch, he just joins out of
He
nowhere.
just
That'd
joins,
be
bro.
Hard hell.
He said, I quit
hope
for this
not.
8.5 tier list video. I said, shit, you got to rethink some things. All right.
Bro got
So who's next? Hydro, are you available? Can you give us a pick and where it
Do
goes?
you really want to hear that man talk from a can, though?
Hell yeah, man. He got
Can I
that.
just hear Ray disconnect, bro?
No, stop
Damn.
it.
Come on, man.
Hit
us with that Denny Moore on the string.
it is with the red purple Luffy talk, Hydro.
Hell yeah.
Purple Luffy, bro.
Oh, you talking about red purple Luffy?
Yeah.
You know we love talking about some red purple Luffy. That's best dick in format. That's tier 0. Where's he going?
Unfortunately, it loses to yellow. It has a hard time against yellow. But even with the support,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, if you can become big enough, like, because I like to run the kids and the whitebeards.
Uh-huh.
But if you get enough on board and your opponent only has 5 swings, you can't do shit.
Yeah.
But that's having to see all your pieces.
So-
For the most part, being able to run all the new red stuff, you could also go the control wave with the Rayleighs and the whitebeards, the reds.
Mm-hmm.
You also have access to obviously all the red rush. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say to chime into that. Luffy feels like Marco before Marco in the sense of like you have a lot of the same top end with your Dragon, your Rayleigh, your Newgate kind of deal. And he is a deck that when he gets going, like he's like Juggernaut the deck. If he gets going, it's gonna be really hard to stop him. I mean, shit, even in fucking Nationals last year, you had him fucking get all the way to top 4 in a sea of Sakazukis and Enels, which I still don't understand. I guess he didn't play one Enel. But the deck is just a very violent deck as it is. One thing I liked experimenting with that I didn't see too many people do was throwing in the 9-cost purple Lin card for it. And the reason being is that card made a leader that was never meant to be a 4 life leader become a 4 fucking life leader, and so it makes you sticky and stuff like that. I feel like there are things you can experiment with to mitigate. And also I was messing around with the Luffy Taro shit with red purple Luffy. And that was a lot of fun because you have inherent survivability. I'm looking at the list right now, so if you guys like watch the video back, you can see. But it's pretty much a Luffy list, and I just threw some Luffy Taro, Sangoro, and Onami in there. And because you have the inherent survivability of a 6K leader, and you got some 2Ks, you got some vents, you got some things to help you survive. Once you go wide, they gotta really make a choice to either deal with your board or try to go at you as for life. You know what I mean? So I do think that there is something that has not been seen yet that I'm gonna put together and I'm gonna fail miserably at, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Doing cope with my friends.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you say? Always a bridesmaid, or they won with what?
That's a hard choice.
Best dick in format. I feel you. Now,
It's like stuck between bridesmaid and they went with what?
yeah,
it'd be between 3 and 2.
yeah.
It's like,
I mean, it is the best purple red deck after Log Bend. So
I'll say this: as long as Enel is floating around, it's going to be really tough but
Yeah.
I think that people start to just see new shiny toys, and
Well,
they're
I
gonna
feel
want
like
to fuck with other
now,
stuff.
a lot, like it's easier to be the no now
Hmm
with
hmm
most decks. Because I mean, like, look, you just gotta swing aggressively,
Yeah,
and yeah, a lot of Enels just don't know when to counter or take their life too early.
yeah.
Right.
No,
Y'all
I'm a
crazy.
great Enel player.
He is,
Y'all
Because
bro.
hated
there's like,
that deck so much when I
There's-
did it. Stop it.
You'll see. He goes to other yellow decks and plays like Enel.
I
I
mean,
was,
and Enel is like, it's a rat deck. That's really what it comes down to.
bro. I was topping so much with that damn Enel deck. I forced myself to get rid of it, bro.
You were topping who?
Oh
something else.
shit!
Uh,
That's crazy. Pause. Big pause.
No, hit
Can I get
play.
a moment of silence?
No, I do say there's yellow, and then there's Yumi yellow, and we hate them both.
Oh, stop it.
Actually, Yumi yellow.
There's a
stop
special
it,
place in
yo.
hell for both of them.
Oh, damn. What did I do?
You know what you did.
Oh shit!
That's what playing one color gets you.
All right, all right. So now Ray, service up another one, boss.
I think I was gonna say I think we should talk about Big Dofi collectively.
Big
I mean,
Dofster.
I mean, if we're being real, bro, there's nothing to talk about because everybody knows what that bastard does, man. He spams bodies.
Hell
and
yeah.
He just claps your cheeks, bro.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing else. Like
He spams
that-
bodies, draws
that-
cards. And
that
yep.
boa is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. She's a blocker, a 5/6. She gives your a leader a Dawn, where you can fucking use his effect pretty much almost for free.
Yeah.
Then they get that. What's his name? That law, not that law. It's a different law.
You're talking
Damn, they play
about
that law too still.
yeah.
That law.
This
that
one.
law is insane.
Oh yeah, this is the off the wall law is what I call them because it's fucking bullshit, dude. The way
Bro,
you're
he can bounce
gonna
himself.
He
yes,
exists.
Bounce
Yep.
himself.
he can derelict his own balls.
Shit, pause. Oh my goodness. But that card is insane. And then that crocodile next to him, bro, that card is
Yeah.
just drawing two. Like, it's insane, bro. Like,
I
It's a free draw.
And
Well, not free,
it
but
doesn't help that Dofi runs like 22Ks.
bro,
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's a +3. That card is a +3. It says that you're negging by putting one on the deck. Yeah, bro, nah. You're
Yeah,
not,
right.
because you're just gonna play that card out with your leader effect.
Hell
That
yeah.
card is cracked, bro. That card is cracked. This whole deck is cracked, bro.
Yeah, the most crack cocaine thing about it is that show me a card. This is an this is an 09 first place list, but show me a card that's 09. Nothing. There's nothing. This is if you buy 2 of these starter decks and some Jinbeis, I mean, and you might already have all these cards. You are set. You will play this deck until you're bored of playing this deck, and then you will go somewhere else because it's already set. It's like Black Yellow Luffy. Been playing the same fucking Black Yellow Luffy deck since fucking June. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got stuff to say about that one, but yeah, but I will say this: I did make a video recently, and I say, I say, children of One Piece, fear not, for though there may be a new sea of blue Dofi players, that also means there's going to be a whole lot of shitty ass, I have never played blue in my life, Dofi players. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
It's not
you're
even
gonna.
bad. Like with the amount of people that are actually playing him,
Mhm.
he might get hit. Not gonna lie.
That's another thing to think about.
That was one thing that we were talking about. I personally don't think the leader should get banned. If you scroll down a little bit, that motherfucker right
Yeah.
there should get hit for sure.
It's like we were in each other's brains. Yeah.
Literally, bro. He has to get hit, bro. He has to.
He's one of
But
the.
Honor doesn't typically. Well, no, they will ban it, but they'll also ban the leader alongside it.
They might get rid of both and just say,
Yeah,
have a nice day.
I think if anything, they should make an A costume, but that plays 2 bodies.
Hell
right.
yeah.
You're right.
There we
You're right.
go.
He said, ACOS Jinbei, play Jinbei, 4 cost. Play
Hang
another card.
on.
On play 4 cost Jinbei, play another body. Yeah, no, I'm quitting if that ever happens. I'm
Wait a
quitting.
minute though.
Sugar.
You know what's crazy?
What
There is
about?
a Moria next deck. But you play a big Moria into a little Moria to play something else.
Hang on. Where's it at? I was gonna say, what about Rebecca Maria? Does that work?
Unfortunately,
The big 7 cost.
Yeah. Where's it at?
I
Right
think
here.
There it is.
you're limited, right? Or no?
If there's an
Look
8
at the
cost or
Oh, it's
card.
just
greater.
right.
Oh, it'd have to be 8 and play a great. Okay.
Yeah, so it only works really in the Usopp deck. If you Usopp
Yeah.
boost, then you just rest it right there.
Sorry, I just did a rail of fucking cope right in front of you guys. But
Yeah, no, that's how Usopp's gonna be
And you don't
crazy
care?
too.
but yeah, so I agree with you guys. I feel like this deck is gonna be something to deal with. And I don't know that I just I don't think that everyone who plays it is going to be like the GOAT. You know, there's gonna be some exceptional Dofi players that have been fucking with it since '01. And you know, going back to what Serge was saying, we love that, you know, Bandai is making, you know, the '01 leaders more than relevant, you know, keeping them in fucking tier 0, some could argue. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is kind of cool because he was definitely not in the game when I got in. I got in '03 and nobody was really playing Dofi. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think, not to cut you off real
That
Yeah.
quick. Go ahead, Sergio. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off now.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
But
go ahead.
but that's one of the issues that Digimon is having right now.
Lost him.
It can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was saying that's one of the issues that Digimon's been having is that
Mm.
none of the old sets are like really relevant except like 1 or 2 cards. So there's no point of looking or seeking for the old cards.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I like that One Piece does is that OPO1 is still very relevant with Nami, with Otama, with Zoro.
You know, all those. What's those maybe? But yeah, all that old stuff.
Yeah, I think what it did was it kept me getting in '03. It got me to like, oh shit, I gotta like. I learned the whole back catalog of the game because of it. And I know that's only 3 sets in. It's not like the biggest thing, but it does keep the conversation going. It does keep these cards relevant. It keeps it exciting
Also, the
because
Dofi block being a staple for any blue deck.
do what?
The what?
The Dofi blocker being a staple for any blue deck.
Yeah. That's just an inherently a great card, which is ironically missing from this deck
Some
list.
builds don't. Some builds don't
Yeah.
run it, bro.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I sorry, I lost my train of thought. I think it's just exciting because guys who've been in the game forever will always have that advantage. It rewards, you know, I guess you could call it loyalty or experience to this game when you can play cards from OPO1 and, you know, make the shit happen. Also, just
Yep.
this blocker is fucking goated, dude. Vanilla stat line and it sets up everything. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. That's crazy.
That Marshall DT on the bottom left is really good too, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of people say they don't like to play this card, and I think that's fucking nuts.
Bro, I got clapped on the simulator by that card, bro.
Yeah,
It just sits there.
now
You don't even have to rest it. You don't even have to rest
you ain't gotta do shit. You ain't gotta do shit. I was gonna say though, I've heard people talk about putting this card in the in Marco 8.5 Marco because if you're going first, you know you either have to set up your next couple of hands perfect or you don't get to play Sanji on curve and you know bring out a 9 cost. But if you have him, you may place 1 card from your hand at the top of your deck and then it says attach up to 2 Rest of Dawn. So if you just have him chilling, you can place 1 card from your hand at the top of your deck. And guess what? If you got Sanji and Newgate or Sanji and Rayleigh, put fucking Swaley on top of that deck for fucking free. And yes, then you still have 9 Dawn to work with. Play Sanji. You get your your other 9 or less drop, and then you just keep it moving. And you see what I'm saying? Like you get to do that, and he's virtually free. So you could, if you're going second, you can play him and then activate Marco's ability for free that turn. So it doesn't just serve Dofi, it also serves there's more applications than just that. Now whether that's going to be the meta and the way to do it, that remains to be seen. But yeah,
Well, I think there's one leader that we're gonna talk about that is gonna prevent those
Please.
Those
those
lines
teachers.
of cope.
Yeah.
Go ahead, lay it on us.
Big shout out to Avocado Smoke or
Hell yeah.
Big Smoky.
Big smoke to the best dicks in format. I know Avocado wants to put it right here. This is for you, Avocado.
honestly,
Aguacate.
honestly, bro, it, the Smoker might be up there.
Yeah.
With the way that North America likes to play Black Control.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Navy package. I still think the Navy package is the best package in Black.
Yeah. Fucking goated, dude.
So I think Smoker's gonna be up there, honestly.
Yeah, for myself personally, like I have been trying to experiment with the Malak Luffy builds, and I just find myself running like Luffy is an admiral in the Navy because the Navy package is just hard to fucking beat. And if you go to the if you take it from the east, okay, if you just blindly follow the east and you're like, yeah, whatever they say, that's what we're gonna do, and you deck profile and you want to find a smoker, you got two to go from. You know what I'm saying? And let's take a look at their list to be fair, you know. But look, the same thing happened with starter 14 Luffy. And there was even a lot of people in the West that are like, yo, this is the trashiest fucking starter deck to be released kind of deal. Most boring and shit like that. But then look what they did. And I'm sorry, but like if you've been playing this game for longer than a fucking week and you look at this deck list, that's a lot of shiny cards coming at you, dog. This line right here is just creme de la Edgar, dude. I love Kobe. I love Kobe as well. I put this card in my deck recently. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be fucking slobbing over here, but yeah, don't leave me to my own devices. Somebody else say something.
Nah, I mean, it's black. Black
Hell
nonsense,
yeah.
black shenanigans, bro. It just minuses your board, get rid of it, and then spams out blockers to protect itself, man. I mean,
You got the best searcher in the fucking game in brand new, in my opinion, because he's
And I was gonna say, sorry to cut you off,
no.
but the Tashigi
bottom.
kind of enables the Smoker a little more because like one of the biggest drawbacks for Smoker was the Dawn one, but not being able to give rest to Dawn, it enables you to do everything you want to do with your Dawn.
Yeah. And the fact that Tashigi is going to be leader locked, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a great move because one thing I wanted to do, and I said this in my smoker video, is that I wish they would have done something like he stays plus 1k until the start of your next turn. You know what I'm saying? Or if there's a one cost in play, this leader gains 1,000. You know, just give him a little fucking push. Just give him a little bit more to compete with the power creep that we can't act like is not present. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's still with cards like Tashigi and the rest of the supporting cast, I feel like it's gonna do well. And I always want to make this fucking card work right here. This smoker, I think it's the fucking one of the coolest fucking cards. I love a 5 for 7. Cannot be KO'd by card effects, which is so fucking bitch. And you get it. Again, that zero cost is a kind of sucks. But you know, the double attack, if you land that shit, man, nobody's expecting to. Now, this list only has 2 Ice Age, and I wonder if that's because of, Tashigi doing their thing and the rest of the minus. Obviously, that goes crazy. But, yeah, dude, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's probably because he maxed out on Kuzan.
So where do we feel like this goes, guys? Always a bridesmaid, best dicks in format.
If we're talking strictly 8.5,
Yes,
I think it's going to be best deck.
Oh, you know what? I don't want to be on the wrong side of history, so I'm going to say yes.
I'll do it for Avocado.
Hell yeah. This one's for you, Avocado. Boom. Get the fuck out of there. There we go.
Especially in North America. I think North America really likes playing black.
You
Right,
guys heard it here first. That is a Sensei Surge call. North America loves playing Malak, and we shall see Smoker rise. I know Avocado's gonna be. I know Avocado's somewhere rising just thinking about it. Am I right?
Oh shit.
All right, gang. Let's talk about a bitch. Fucking Bonnie. Bonnie's 8.5. I mean, look, I don't think there's any change. Any change, right? No
No, I
change.
mean nothing unless you just add like the green law from the Uchiha deck. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, the Shanks. The Shanks.
Shanks,
You
my
run that
apologies.
Shanks in there. That's gonna be the thing to do. And if we look at the deck list, la 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 la. We'll I'm sure we'll see some kind of Bonnie representation in there. Or yeah,
I think
that's a
I think
flagship.
I think Bonnie has one of the best matchups into Dofi.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but you have to see your stun cards.
Yeah,
Like you
the
have
carrots.
you have to see your Karas, you have to see your Lunas,
Yeah.
and mostly because Dofi Dofi gets away from playing the gravity blades and all the removal cards
Mm-hmm.
to just they sacrifice that for more bodies.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you're Hydro.
Hell yeah.
So so now that you know your carrots are going to be a lot more sticky because the only
Mm.
the only removal that they really play anymore is law. I think Bonnie might be a good contender for Dofi's, especially good carrot players.
Yeah,
If
Bonnie.
he
Oh,
if
go
he
ahead,
can
go
keep
ahead.
the Zoro on board,
Oh,
that's
it's a
gonna be a
board
pain in the
wipe.
ass for your opponent. It's over for your opponent at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say that Bonnie just like, God bless, bro. As playing Black Yellow Luffy for as long as I have, I just fucking have grown to despise this deck. It's so straightforward. It feels so consistent. And yeah, for all those reasons, it's either gonna be up here or the top of
Right.
here. I there's a guy, Rooflemonger from the FGC. You might know who I'm talking about, AJ.
I do.
And the way they talk about it is if you're the best here, if you're better than everybody here, then you belong here. You see what I'm saying?
I,
And if
I
you're the
agree.
worst here, well, then you belong here. Everyone here should be able to win, loss in the same percentage. Um, I think because Bonnie does have some polarizing matchups in black, and of course Luchi isn't going anywhere. I think that's the only reason why I would say always a bridesmaid. But Bonnie does have, she is still a mountain to climb as a purple Luffy player. And how is yellow into green, Ray and A?
Um,
Uh,
honestly,
it's
it,
fine.
yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it really just depends, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If Green sees their 10 cost Dofis, it's a
Yeah.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, Yellow just kind of steamrolls it, bro. If they don't see their
Yeah, because
Dofi with stuns.
Yellow's all about big bodies. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't,
only Bonnie can really deal with the big bodies with her one Dawn.
yeah,
Red Purple
Yeah.
Luffy lose hard loses to Bonnie. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
The
so bad. Such a bad matchup.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say always a bridesmaid, and the reason being is she has enough losing matchups into some of the best decks in format, but and she can also obviously she can beat out a lot. She competes really well here, but she can also lose there as well. So
She's like the gatekeeper to the top.
yes, 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 absolutely. Anybody got a leader off the top of their head? Any more relevancy? You guys want to just get Lucci out of the way?
sure.
Fucking Vegapunk.
Okay, so Lucci, no.
At the bottom, though.
I
Fucking
don't know about that
put
one.
Lucci
I
right
think
here.
he's like right. I think he's like between. He's around Dofi.
Now, you guys don't think that Lucci's still the best?
I do not personally.
It's
'Cause-
hard whenever just because Dofi does spam out faster than you ideally would be able to pop their shit.
Yeah,
Nah, nah, I think Luchi's still up there.
I think
Uh,
Lucci's still up there
Black,
because he can pop multiples.
yeah,
Oh,
Black.
who's just
I
a
know,
hater?
Black is still one
But
of the.
if you don't see your popping stuff, then trying to come back from dealing with 5 cards on board is not very
You
fun.
had more popping though.
Oliver, bro sounded like a peanut.
Yeah, we didn't hear you at all, Hydro.
Yeah, bro sounded like he's like womp womp womp.
The question to ask is how often, because like I always say, any deck can win when all stars align. How often do those stars align? And so, canceled. Let's just look at the most recent one from that. Oh, they still have stage. So they had stage all the way up to the end of it. Okay. Well, anyhow, what was I gonna say?
I think once the Jack hits the board, you're just getting a constant removal every turn, and not including whatever you're gonna play. So I still think Luchi is one of the best gatekeepers for Dofi.
Yeah. You can get overrun by Dofi if you don't see your stuff quick enough. However, the fact that you can get rid of 2 targets at once, and once you get to the late game, it favors you so heavily, because for a lot of decks, when they go that wide and they get you down to 3 life, and then they drop that one fucking Kaido that's in their deck that they somehow found, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, it's like, well, I'll go ahead and fucking, I'll scoop. But with Luchi, they're going to struggle. I would say 7 times out of 10, they're going to struggle building the board they would like to, just because of the amount of widespread removal we find in Tempest Kick and Ice Age. And then, and of course, Jack being Jack. And then by the time they would drop anything big, they can get right the hell out of here. Now, of course, the caveat being, if they have a Red Rock toodaloo to Jack, you know what I'm saying? But look, I can understand exactly why there's that graphic that shows Luchi and Dofi like within 1 win of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just don't see, what I don't see is people abandoning the deck. And yeah, I don't see, and so I think it's going to be heavily represented. Yeah, go ahead.
They're about even, 100%.
Yeah, and
maybe with a slightly towards Luchi.
Yeah, and maybe more people will try out Smoker, but this is going to be a real big conversation as who we want to run, Smoker or, Luchi, and then, Avocado's going to stick with Smoker, and then everyone else is trying to play. Guys, I've been saying there's Fun Piece, One Piece, and Win Piece, and this is the Win Piece row right here. This is Win Piece. If you're playing this, you're trying to win, and fun is a secondary factor. And I think that's, after the first couple weeks, they're going to decide who's who, and they're going to go that route. Let's see. Who else? Has anybody got a leader they want to throw out there?
Vegapunk.
Vegapunk?
Vegapunk. I haven't had
He said he wants a turn.
I haven't had my turn yet.
Put that man in cook.
Give them their turn.
Put that man in cook.
100% Vegapunk is like above Cook, right? That little
right there. I don't know, Doug.
He can win.
What that tongue do though? That's what I want to know.
It's the greatest scientific mind of all time.
Hell yeah.
Unless you're people who like to take people to time and then get mad.
Nah.
The other guy though, we don't talk about him.
Yeah. That guy was fucking trash. But no. Vegapunk is something that. Well, go ahead. Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
So easily, he has 2 life. So 1 double strike, it's over. It's so over. But the big thing that really hurt or helps, I guess, is like your opponent sees your life, and 9 times out of 10 are like, I don't want you out of that card, so I will not attack after all. And that plays into you kind of helping you build up your life again. I'm sorry to set up board.
Yeah.
But again, if you're unlucky and you got nothing, or like your opponent's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna swing every game. Like, you know what, you're fair, you got that.
Yeah, I think we're all. I think I'll call this speechless here, and I think we're all speechless. Yeah, or y'all got something to say to pump them up or put them down, or cuck tier? How many cucks we got?
Hydro left.
Hydro left. So so 1 vote for cuck tier, 1 vote for speechless. We're gonna leave him right here. We'll leave him right here. Or Serge, what do you got to say?
I think he's busy.
Put
Sir-
that man in cut tier.
Oh shit!
Damn. All right.
I'm
I see
sorry.
how it
Look, if I can't have tier 0 purple Luffy, then
is.
fucking
I can't have tier like 10.
Vegapunk is cuck tier, I guess. Damn, you heard it here first, gang. All right.
That's a win.
Okay, so
So
Uta,
Cool.
right
yeah,
here.
she's a structure deck.
She
Yeah,
is a
she's also-
structure deck.
She's also my main green deck.
I'm glad you put her
Hey.
right there because I agree that she'll be right
Yep.
there.
They
There's
won
one
with what?
that, chat. Yep, top of Copeheads, I'd say. What are those, Soup?
Yeah. She's so consistent. And you draw so many cards, and you have so much
Yep.
fun, and then you're like, I lost. What happened?
I don't have anything on board. That's
Or
right.
they'll
Every-
get lucky and they'll spam 3 I am invincibles.
Yeah, it's like I don't
That's
get
not-
it.
That's holding my deck. That's holding my head.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to vent, and I want to vent about Black Yellow Luffy. And I know that he has to go here, but I just don't.
It's your favorite deck, though. That's the only deck you played for like the last 3 months.
Yeah, I know. And in that time, I go through tournaments feeling fucking invincible, and then I lose the matches I'm supposed to win because my deck takes a shit on me, and it's almost no way to. It feels like you have no chance of mitigating that, and it's just very frustrating to lose like miserably to that. And then when you get a player that knows how to play against Black Yellow Luffy, like the sauce is this, guys. You starve. You wait, you block out of their early strikes because later they're going to be 9K strikes, right? So you starve, you block, you set up your Kuzans. Of course, I'm assuming you're playing black or whatever. That's what I've been doing lately. But then you establish your big bodies on board. And then after that, when they're going sideways when they're turning their character sideways, you swing into those characters. And if they dare spend any resources saving them, then they're going to fuck themselves out of their late game. So they got to let them go. And then they got to, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've been beating it more often than not because I empathetically understand where they're coming from. And, but at the same time, man, when Luffy, if Luffy, not even high rolls, if it medium rolls, it's going to do its thing. But I do feel like it beats Dofi just because of the 9K body thing. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It has such polarizing matchups and it loses so hard to Bonnie. It's fucking just like, get out of here.
Is there a fuck this deck tier?
Do what?
Is there a fuck this deck tier?
It's like, it's in its own tier. It's like, it's like hanging out over here somewhere. You know what I mean?
Actually belongs in hell, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's in the green room. No, yeah, and it's its own deck. It's got its own rules. You're playing your own thing. It's like if Nami was an actual deck that interacts with the board. You know what I'm saying? It would be that because if you can play One Piece, but can you play Black Yellow Luffy? It's different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my rant. Anybody got anything to say about it or?
I hate that deck.
Yeah, same. Yeah, fuck that deck.
Now, guys, it's still a Luffy deck, okay? We gotta show it some fucking respect.
That needs to go to hell. I hope it crashes.
Oh,
it's
shit.
So fucking hard
You
to
literally,
beat
like
that
you said,
deck,
you
bro.
go to 9K and then you just every turn 9K. You have 2 blockers on board. Like, cool, I can't do shit.
Yes, okay. And if I set it up with Hiyori, then I stay at 9K body with 1 life. Okay, I know, but
Yeah,
like...
fuck Yori too. Fuck Awakening, son of a bitch.
You know what? What am I doing? I'm over here. I'm gonna play Black Luffy at my regionals this weekend. I'm gonna play Black. No, I'm not gonna play Black Yellow because if I run into the fucking one Perona or the one fucking bitch ass Bonnie in route, I'm gonna just lose my fucking mind. Or if I brick and going against Luchi and I lose, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I can't.
I pray opening hand after Mulligan is nothing but 8K, 8 drop bodies.
Hell yeah, absolutely, and they would deserve it. Okay, so let's talk about Marco. Marco gets really interesting after this patch. We just did it.
Marco is interesting, but I don't see him at all anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro,
Think
where-
he's-
At Asgard, there was at least
no,
at
wait.
Asgard there was like 2 players that played him
Mhm,
for the
mhm.
whenever series came out. Dropped
Nah,
and then
but this is.
I would say they
this-
dropped him. I'd say they just kind of like stopped playing him for now until more shit comes out because he's like not all there yet.
Well, speaking of shit
but-
coming out, let's see what Surge has to say.
Yeah, Surgery is.
He's taking a
Nah,
shit.
this is a starter deck. No, sorry, I'm in Randall's room. He has a fucking fan. But Nah, with the starter deck coming out, I think Marco gets a lot better. I
Mhm.
mean,
Whitebeard stuff, yeah.
all the new Whitebeard support and the Seven Beard, I think enabled him to do something with his leader ability now. And you have Sanji to
I mean,
drop.
their ability is just you drop Sanji into the 9-beard and then do it again the next turn.
But I think he definitely goes in that tier right there with Uta.
Yeah,
This
they
one right
will.
here.
But
So
Yeah.
the only reason why I was bouncing back and forth so much is because I know for a fact he can beat Black Yellow Luffy. I know that if he sees the right cards, he can beat Dofi. People say he has a good matchup into Luchi, but I don't know why in a game with so many four life leaders that are prominent and can do well in the top tier, why him having 4 life is such a fucking issue, but it is such a fucking issue that he only has 4 life. And I guess
it's
it's
probably
because everything revolves around him making it to late game, right?
yeah. You usually get
So,
to 9 session on turn to start dropping your Sanjis into 9-beards into Sanjis and 9-beards.
which is just the fucking coolest combo and one of the coolest fucking most satisfying things to pull off. But yeah, I think, and then he has Red's Jack. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying that Whitebeard is Red's Jack, but still not as good because Jack fucking cycles a card and his cost is so much higher that he does stick around. And Whitebeard, if you swing into him, you can win. If you can, lower his cost, you win. But you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, he benefits greatly from that, and I could see him doing this. I could still see him doing well, and you know what? They won with what is my exact would be my exact reaction to him topping a tournament. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so who else we got? Let's talk
Enel, I
about.
guess.
I'm sorry.
Enel, I guess we haven't
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
Enel
yeah.
yet.
Let's talk about yellow. Let's talk about some more yellow. Where we
Yeah,
got Eno?
Enel is slowly losing not relevance, but he's slowly kind of getting dealt with easily. So I think he's probably he's I'd say under Katakuri probably.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's pretty up there. He's pretty up
Yeah,
there. I can't lie.
he's still good, but he's still not. But he right nowadays people are starting to like play around him better.
Yeah, well, and they always like, oh, well, he's good now. People will figure out how to play around. It's like people will
It's
figure
like
out how to play against him, and it's like,
it's just like a given.
yeah, but he was still winning and won the Nats. You
Yeah,
get what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, it's
Listen,
a
being able to heal at 2 times, if you have that 0 cost and being able to heal, that alone that makes him really, really, really,
yes.
really good.
I mean, look, at the end of the day,
You
people know
already
if you
your
know
0
how to
cost your
read
life.
this deck's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
Yeah.
You
Um,
survive to the end, you just drop your big bodies, you already a 0 cost at the end of your life, and then you basically got it.
yeah. Some of the most oppressive late game ever, it feels like. I mean, this deck and its ability eclipses so many leaders that would otherwise
Yeah.
be, at a much higher tier.
Yeah.
But
Sergio fucking hates him too. And I
yeah.
understand why.
Yeah, this is why I knew that like luck plays so much into regionals because at Nats, not this past one, but the one last January,
Yeah.
uh to see Zoro make it to top 4, you did not play one Enel. I don't give a fuck. There's no way you played a competent Enel player and won with Zoro. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy because Zoro was the deck at one point in time. But yeah, so yeah, I agree. Anybody disagree?
I
Nope.
do. I do.
You
Best
think
deck in
Lonzo's up
format?
here?
No. I think he goes in the Marco tier.
Oh, okay. Who
Oh
agrees? We got one vote
no.
for one. We got 1 and 1.
The
That
the
sounds
thing
like hope.
is,
Sounds
the
like
thing
hope.
is with the Mel is like you're playing against Chance most of the time
Mm-hmm.
because you can have a really good game where he doesn't see shit and triggers, or you can have a completely horrible game where he sees the best things he wanted to see and
I mean
trigger.
that's like
This
most
is
decks
also
though.
true.
Yeah.
But I guess
No,
Yeah,
but
this
like
it's
does,
even
but
more
it's
so for
just
him, I
yellow.
guess.
but yellow has beige and yellow has the 0 cost. That's that shit you don't have to deal with in other decks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had this fucking awful game last week
Mm-hmm.
against the Nell where his life was
Shout out boy JT, man.
his his life was 2 Kingdom Comes at the top.
Fuck yeah.
The beige
Yeah.
was the 3rd life, and his last life was the 0 cost.
Let's see it.
You're the one who should leave. Yeah, I think Enel should burn in hell. Enel, Bonnie, and
But
Nami, they can all go to hell, you know.
but I think Anel has such an unfavorable matchup into Dofi that I don't know
Yeah.
if it can survive.
That's why I think he belongs in always a bridesmaid, just because
Yeah.
all those bodies and boys are definitely gonna not do well for him.
Unless Ray has a stalemate vote of they won with what or Copeheads, I'm gonna have to side with AJ. I think he's always a bridesmaid because everything you just described seems to happen every fucking game, and you do have to just have enough bodies to mitigate what's gonna come out of their life because, there was a player and they were saying that I just got to switch to Enel because my triggers are so much better with Enel. And I just was
That's
like,
crazy.
and I was like, yo, you don't want to think about what you just said just one more time? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah,
that is so
but
fucking.
but when it comes to yellow, bro, that's just how it is, man.
It's
Like,
how it is. I
you know,
get it, but I'm just like, I'm over here like, should I play with Luchi or Black Luffy because I like the Navy
yeah.
package, but I like this. Nah, it's just my triggers are so much
Sergio
better.
told me the same thing. He said yellow players rely too much on they rely too much on
Triggers?
on their triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my vote. Let's throw Perona out here. What y'all guys think about Perona? I thought she was gonna get so much better and become so much more prominent after Law got banned and Ennie's Lobby got banned, but I don't really see her ever. What y'all think about her?
At Asgard, they have like 6 proto players. So
Oh,
I
for
think
real?
there's a lot of proto players over there at Asgard.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I will say, unfortunately for Perona,
Get to more.
Law was one of the reasons she was so good because
Mhm.
Law only played
4
4
calls.
costs.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about which you got Dofi now, right?
Mhm.
But like Perona focuses on killing 1 character per turn,
Single
Mhm.
player.
and Dofi could just spit out so many bodies in 1 turn that you're a 4 life leader. You're gonna die, and you're playing black, so that means your hand is gonna be bricked
Yeah.
every now and then.
Yeah.
So I I just don't think Perona is gonna be able to survive in in these coming metas, because you got Luffy that plays bigger bodies now. You got Marco that plays huge bodies. You got 9 drop Luffy, only plays big bodies. You got you got Dofi that just plays too many bodies.
Mhm.
You got Black Yellow Luffy that plays 5 cost bodies, just one above the one
Mhm.
that she can rest for free comfortably. So now she has to commit to resting whatever. And then I just don't think Perona can beat Bonnie sometimes. I
Yeah.
think Bonnie's just better at doing what Green wants to do.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think she's
So
better than Copeheads, but definitely, I don't
no,
know.
yeah,
She's definitely,
she could definitely squeak some out for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, she can
But
squeeze it out all right.
but I think I don't think she can beat Black Yellow Luffy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you have to be in like advantageous position to get through their huge life, and I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's see. How long is this video going? Oh shit. Okay, we already passed the hour mark. Let's try
Right.
and hit these guys. Get the main guys. Um, okay. Black
You could
Luffy.
talk about that, bro.
Hell yeah. Okay, so like it's a Luffy deck, and so I'm inherently a Luffy main and I love playing it. Um Okay, so I am very comfortable into my matchup against Black Yellow Luffy with it. I know what to do. I know what to see. I know what to when to swing, when not to swing, all that jazz. And so I haven't had too much problems with it. I feel like Black Yellow Luffy players are having to get used to a black deck that they can't just mindlessly do their cycle and do what they want to do, right? Like they kind of used to be able to do with Luchi, because I still feel they don't have that great of a matchup. Anyways. So I feel like it does great into. It has less bad matchups. It doesn't have as many just steamroll matchups. And 8.5, Surge, in our game, your Calgara was like one card away from getting out of hand for me. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, that's all Dofi's going to be doing very consistently. Now, while the Calgara cards are, 6K and 8K, Dofi's are predominantly going to be 5K with a 6 here and there. And with Luffy's ability, he does become a 6K leader. That helps mitigate. That means where there was once a 2K counter, it's just a 1K counter kind of deal, or no counter. Dofi's gonna have to invest to swing into him at a certain point in the game. There's a lot going on, but it's hard for me to make a case. It's harder for me to make a case for it's always being a bridesmaid, never a bride, than it is to put it right here. I don't know. I know it can get mopped by fucking purple Luffy if Luffy sees what it needs. I also know that going first and playing Kuzan and then attaching one Dawn to your leader, or swinging first but then attaching having one Dawn attached. When they play out their poly, they can't pop your Kuzan for free, and then guess where the poly's going, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's some good things going on there. My head's all the way up this deck's ass, so I got a lot to say about it. But what do you guys feel?
Hey, look, brother, this is your video. You put that man wherever you feel is right.
You put him above Luchi, bro.
Hell yeah. Fuck Luchi.
just,
right in the Luch.
That's an insane slob fest, just saying.
There we go. This is me and Avocado riding off into the sunset.
3, 4 black decks in the top tier is actually insane.
And guess what? They all use Moria.
Hell yeah.
Moria, all them motherfuckers are going in cuck tier.
I kind of wish I could have played Dofi against Marauders Luffy to see how it does.
Yeah.
I felt like I had a great matchup against Luchi when I was playing AJ.
Mm-hmm.
I spammed the board pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my
Couldn't
call.
get rid of
Like,
everything.
the last half, I'm like, I can't find shit. Oh no.
As a matter of fact,
his tier list, yeah, he's still playing set 7 Luchi.
Yeah.
If Gecko goes, this deck goes to speechless, because you know what I mean? And I feel like the Navy will stay around the longest. I'm not going to say they're going to be best decks in format, but I feel like they could weather the storm better than a Luchi, maybe.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah, Luchi and Luffy need Moria for their big plays.
Yeah, they absolutely have to have it. And while Luffy definitely benefits, and of course, who doesn't benefit from fucking 3 cards in one turn? It's not as bad. You know what I mean? That's cool. Tier 1 best deck in format. Let's talk about Puddin' real quick. Where y'all think Puddin' is? I think everybody would say that, right?
I think so.
Definitely better than they won with what, right? Or no?
If Pudding goes first,
Mm-hmm.
she'll be best deck format.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you have to win that die roll. If you go second, I think that's a tough.
It's a lot harder, but
yeah,
because you want to ramp to 10 to grab your mama and keep dropping mamas, either the 9 or the 10.
Ooh, okay. Big one, fucking Nami, Nami.
Put that bitch at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Hey,
unfortunately, she is on top.
No matter what.
What's crazy is she's actually up there because she's top 4 deck, bro.
She's so consistent.
She won regionals.
She's winning, bro. She's beating out Luchi. That means Luchi goes back here.
We hate that deck,
I like that stick.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Put that deck at the very bottom.
Damn. Cuck
Nah,
tier.
I
she's
like
People
Put it
people
on
only
top,
hate
bro.
it because
She's
Put it on
it's
top.
straight up
People
bold.
only hate it because they lose to it.
This is so divisive. I've never heard either best deck in format or Cuck tier. This is so crazy.
I just hate that I hate that I'm playing One Piece and then I go against Nami and I'm like, okay, now I have to play this other game.
Hell yeah.
So you prefer to play
Nami
against
piece.
yellow?
You
then?
got to play OPO Nami.
You know, it's crazy.
He
Set
said
9
Nami
or is it set
piece.
10 where he gets that new Nami that searches any
Yeah.
event now? Oh,
Ooh,
Nah, they
So would you
better.
prefer to play against Sergio, yellow or Nami?
Nami.
Nami, obviously.
Yeah, I'd rather play
That's-
against.
He doesn't get mad at that.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about Calgara.
Calgara. I think he's a
Third.
bridesmaid.
You
Nah,
think he's a
nah,
bridesmaid? I was gonna say they won with
Nah.
what?
Nah,
He's
put
like,
that
I think he's like in the middle.
Too good for
Put that-
Copeheads. Too good for Copeheads.
put
100%.
that man in cold, bro.
Cope?
I
Nah,
don't understand why they didn't make Nolan searchable.
It's that's
What?
the big- that's
nah,
the
she's in
biggest
the,
thing-
they won with
that-
what I'd say.
that's the biggest thing that the deck needed is Nolan to be searchable.
But then that's,
Because
That's your only
that's,
heal.
that's the consistent
because-
heal. Then.
because the effect to take your own life, you're trying to be aggressive, right? Playing out these bodies for way cheaper, and but you have at the cost of taking your own life. The only thing you had to mitigate that is Nolan. If you're going against another beatdown deck, rush deck, like Dofi, yeah, you're gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
So
But against Rachel,
I hate Bandai releasing these fucking decks. They're like, hey, let's make this deck kind of good, but not really.
Yeah. It's the edging. Oh, we should put an
And that-
edging tier.
what about
that-
like Kagura?
and-
What about Kagura against Rachel?
I mean, yeah, that's one deck though. I mean, I don't think Calgara can beat these black control decks. I don't think Calgara can beat Dofi. I think Calgara could definitely beat Nami for sure. Like,
Mhm.
I think that's
Oh,
all-
yeah,
like
yeah.
game. It is luck. Luck does play a big important role into it.
Mhm.
it's just a lot of these top decks. I don't think Calgara can beat.
Yeah.
All the black decks are just gonna remove your shit, and you're just gonna have fun.
And when we talk about can't beat, we talk about can't beat consistently. Just consistently. Can it beat it? Yeah, absolutely. You can get beat off by Calgara in front of all of your friends, but will it happen consistently? Maybe not.
I mean, any deck can super high roll into a win.
Which
Yeah.
to me tells me that should be they won with what then?
Well,
But yeah,
there, I just haven't seen the placings for it yet. That's my whole thing, and it doesn't get any better. If anything, it's matchups get worse because
No,
everybody's
no,
getting new things except for this card.
You
Yeah.
just want to store regional somewhere. That's a store regional.
What
Yeah.
Kagura?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that boy Orange who won it.
Orange, yeah.
we're just gonna leave it there for now.
Whitebeard. I'm like Copeheads still. I still think it's Copeheads.
Nah, I don't think it's worse than Ace. I think it makes better use of or I think the Whitebeard starter deck helps the Whitebeard deck a little more.
The reason why my vote is for Cope, not to cut you off, is just pudding, ramp, removal, life manipulation. You know, like I just don't see because I used to fucking love Whitebeard, and yeah, it can beat that deck, but there's just a wall. Like I could totally be wrong. It could be up here for all I know. But what do you think? I mean,
No, I mean,
There now exists a wall that wasn't there in the first like 4 sets.
yeah,
I think especially against Dofi now. I think yeah, you're gonna mitigate some of that early damage,
hmm
but once you start running out of events and you're facing down like 5,
Wings.
4 or 5 bodies. Yeah.
4, 5, 4, 6 bodies. Like,
It doesn't have
don't
consistent
forget-
removal to keep up with.
Don't forget that Dofi runs pudding, the blue one.
that's what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, where is this deck going to thrive at? Because the majority of the cast is going to be made up of these two sections right here, and we know that 80% of them are going to be Dofi. They're going to run pudding. This deck's gone. Pudding. This deck's gone. This can ramp. This can already beat this deck without the new cards. I beat this deck right now. Black can already beat it without any new cards. So that's my thing. But
No, we'll leave it there.
do some lines of cope. Oh, for carrots titties. Okay, let's see who else notable. I mean, this guy goes here, right, or he goes up here, or
Nah. Don't even worry about that.
Don't even worry about it. We'll just put it. He's edging. Where's Zoro at? Because we used to like Zoro.
The very bottom.
There he
What's
is.
at the bottom?
I could, some people. I haven't lost to a Zoro in a long time, which tells you what the day and age of our card game is. But
I would put it in that one. They won with what?
they won with what? They won with what?
There are some games where you can just get really out of hand, like really fast, and there's no amount of like planning or control that Black can do to stop it, right? Because your opponent's just seeing all their animal stuff. They're spamming out bodies. You can't get rid of the bodies fast enough. He puts you at 2 life, drops 2 kid killers on you. You're fucked. Yeah. But that's very, I don't know. That's very hard. I just wish the chopper was on play at any turn, because that would make the event into the SR chopper a lot better.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see that it would be too good at that point.
Yeah.
I do think with the animal stuff, it has a better chance at beating Yellow, but I still think Yellow's a great wall that Zoro kind of has a hard time getting over.
Yeah. And with all that being said, damn, it wouldn't even let me do it.
Red green Luffy, bro.
Santa Luffy. No. Yeah. No, he's better. In my opinion, I did play against Katakuri and I did beat him. You know what I mean? But the red man, this mouse is really trying to get Luffy all the way to the bottom. No, it's the killer play. It's the kid and killer play that you can swing twice and swing 9K out of nowhere. It's the fact that you can use Chopper's ability twice, really flood the board. I didn't play it long enough to run into that wall where I'm just like, damn, I cannot beat this deck. Oh, this is what it loses to. I can imagine it gets pop city'd by Luchi, but it can run through Nami. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that. But maybe it's cope. Maybe it's I feel like it's consistent, dude. I don't know. You guys, y'all can watch the video for yourselves, or y'all can play it and tell me that I'm fucking doing lines of cope. But I think it's fun. Damn, this this fucking mouse wants to put it everywhere but there. What do you guys think? I don't know.
Well, I have little to no experience with that deck, bro. I've seen it played a couple times. The Cavendish helps it a lot with being able to restand that Dawn so he can do his ability. But in my experience, I don't think it's too good. The kid kill play you're talking about, yeah, it's really good, but you gotta find it.
Also, the law play as well. Law play goes hard.
Let's I think we should find like let's do 3 more leaders so we can finish off the video. I think Reiju.
Yeah.
Vivi,
eh?
Just put them up. So we can talk about
Where they at? Where's Vivi at?
Right there next to Uta.
Bottom.
Oh, bottom.
Right there.
Right there.
And
Yamato's a good one to talk about. People been fucking hooping with Yamato again.
Oh, there was one more. I just saw it.
Kaido, dog. No, comfortably.
Oh, Red Green Law.
Red Green Law, yeah.
I think that's it.
I feel like these comfortably go here.
Don't forget about Sakazuki, man.
Put them all at the bottom, and then we'll move them right now.
Okay.
We'll talk about.
They're all gonna be edging us until we figure out where they go.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
And then don't forget the Vivi. She's right above.
Vivi. Stop doing coke.
Rebecca.
All right.
Rebecca is good. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a rapid fire round to wrap this up, guys. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Sensei Surge.
No, just do I was just saying, just do those 4. We don't have to do every leader.
Okay.
I don't think, because these are the most relevant ones that we have on the list right now.
Anybody who's not put on the list is a cuck tier. There, I said it.
No, I would take off Rebecca and Vivi. I mean, nobody really plays those right now.
Yeah.
Vivi's seeing a lot of play.
BB seen a lot of play with the support she got, and she's getting more.
Where?
Let's talk about her. Where's she at? Yeah, because I gotta hear from you. I gotta hear from y'all. I have no
Yeah, I
experience.
don't know nothing about that one.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Go ahead, Carnage.
I think Bella Betty should be on here too, since she's actually relevant.
Well, she's getting support. Oh, nah. Well, the BB was. I mean, I saw it win a store regionals, and I mean,
Oh wow, so
them
original.
getting.
How prestigious.
I think with all the big bodies that Red is getting, especially like Rayleigh,
Mhm.
and then with the Boa
The
that
ball
they got
too.
6,
Mhm.
I think a lot of these blue and red big bodies are helping this deck see a little bit more play. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you have like this fucking leader effect that doesn't let you attack, but I think out of all those leaders, this Vivi is the one least held back by that because
Mhm.
she can get rush and you could draw. So I see a lot of potential for this deck. I do want to put it above Cope because I
Okay.
think this deck does have some good matchups, and I think there's a lot of games it can win. Uh, but yeah, I mean it's just held back by that leader effect. I don't know
Yeah.
why Bandai decided to do that, but I mean it's fine.
Yeah, draw one card and up to one of your characters gains rush is pretty fucking nuts. So I
Yeah, you can get.
mean,
I mean,
that's crazy.
you can play
That is crazy to be fair.
if you're at max dawn, you can play Rayleigh and give it rush. I mean,
Yeah,
really
that's
good.
nuts. Okay. Now let's
I think,
talk
bros. I think that's hard cope. I ain't gonna lie.
hard cope. How many votes
I
for
mean,
cope? How many votes
yeah,
for the one with what?
you gotta see outside the local scene, bro. I mean,
Damn.
just
Bro,
because we
even
don't.
then, I haven't seen no videos on YouTube about it. I haven't seen
Damn.
nothing, bro. Personally,
Damn.
About what?
about Vivi, I personally have
Uh,
not seen
well,
nothing
I
BB
haven't
about
won
seen.
Vivi.
store regionals.
That's what I said. That's
I mean,
wow.
uh,
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, but that's also still locals. It's just store regional. It's just locals.
Yeah, which store regionals?
I
They
mean,
don't.
it's a while
They
back,
don't.
you
They
know.
don't go to the state.
This is my personal opinion, and from what I've seen of the deck,
Mhm.
uh, if I mean, if you guys think differently, you could put it somewhere else. I wouldn't put it there.
Okay, well then shit.
I mean, I
Just
can
put
put
it
it at the bottom. It doesn't matter.
right
The
there.
cuck tier. Edging.
Put it at the they went with what?
All right. So we got 1-1 with what? Ray, what do you say?
So
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is that Sergio's gonna pull up with a BB deck someday, right?
That's
Yeah,
right. You know what? I think
I ain't
if we
gonna
put
lie though.
Copeheads, I think if we put it in Copeheads, Serge is gonna come with that VV deck and he's gonna show us. He's gonna give
He's
us
like, I'll
what
show all you
for.
motherfuckers.
All right, let's give our boy Carnage a chance to talk about Rage.
Let's go, Carnage.
Your girl, let's go.
Why?
Best second format, right?
Well, you're the one that has the most experience with it out of all of us.
You're the main,
Sexually.
That's actually Greg. He won with it at Treasure Cup.
but us
There we go.
here.
Yeah, but we're talking 8.5.
8.5, daddy.
I mean, it's gonna be up there.
Right there.
I mean,
Best
going into 3 dawn turn, like having 3 dawns, Porsche into the ETG, going to a big body. You have a 5 and a 7 swing. That's already big. That's a lot of pressure.
What's some hard matchups for her?
Black.
Black Yellow Luffy. That's the main hard matchup.
And then anything else?
Uh, Bonnie.
Bonnie. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Bonnie because I mean they rest something, and then Carrot stuns.
How does it play into Dofi?
Yeah. Do you think Rage's pressure is gonna be able to keep up with the new Dofi?
The new
Nah,
tier 0.
nah, because
No,
I
not
use
at all.
Dofi. I use it. Well, I don't know. I use Dofi on Sunday, but I can't go based on locals. I mean, I spam the board pretty fast, and I beat somebody's Reiju, but I can't base it on that. So I don't know.
But
This
like,
red dude.
but like personally, what you know from the Rage deck, and what you now know from your game, with Dofi. do you think Reiju has enough pressure against the 5 life leader that also spams almost as fast as she does? Do you think she can beat Dofi like in a straight match? Like, do you think her pressure is better than Dofi's pressure?
Nah, Dolphin's pressure is better.
Yeah, so we can put her in the next one.
Top of Bridesmaid, probably.
Yeah, I think this deck is going to be relevant for some time, but I have an easy time with Luffy just because I go to 6K and all the 7K swings are just a 2K away from getting out of them. Obviously, like he said with this one, Black Yellow Luffy has a pretty good matchup into it. It can brick, but if it sees half of what it needs to, it's good. Pudding is why this deck can really fuck with Luffy if you see it and you play it at the right time. But I think Dofi, I think Dofi and the black is kind of like the gatekeeping this deck from being a tier 1. Okay. Oh, we got him right here. This guy,
My boy or Red Green Law.
Red Green Law.
It's been so long since I played him.
So
That brother need help.
I've seen a lot of lists with the animal package.
Yeah.
It's a
Better
lot.
animal.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot faster to spam out bodies and get your shambles going.
Yeah.
I just the coming starter decks aren't really gonna do much for it except for
Make it.
it gets the ace, I guess, another rush target.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't think with all the control that we are getting and that we're gonna keep getting, I just think Red Green Law is like always gonna be in that cope.
I feel
He's not
like
gonna be as good as he was at the beginning of the game.
to add perspective, I feel like with this list in particular, this 8.5 list, either your leader is benefiting from the 8.5 or its enemies are benefiting from 8.5. And that's the way I feel like as we're going through it is what I'm starting to just take in and understand. And some decks are so well off already, namely like Black Yellow Luffy or Luchi. Some decks are so well off already, it doesn't matter if everyone gets a boost. You know what I'm saying? And other decks, they're just outside of the loop. They're just not gonna. He gets the ace. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, they're just not getting anything. But Dofi's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Dofi gets the world.
Yeah.
So that's just one
And
way to think about it.
I think Smoker coming back into relevancy is also bad for Law because Law plays a lot of 1 cost bodies.
Oh
And
shit, that's gonna be a 6 cost block body.
you're just gonna be making Smoker a 7K swing every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Real quick, how about Yamato? Yamato has been getting some little things going on here and there. Is it just for me? I feel like it's just that person who's really good with Yamato. I don't think that anybody else is in danger of just I want to try out this Yamato deck and they're gonna fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Especially moving forward. What do y'all think?
I don't think Yamato's like an easy deck to pick up personally.
No.
Like
It takes a little more, a little thought.
I think it takes a little strategy to you're a double strike leader, which in some games is really good, like it's against Vegapunk, against Calgara, against these decks that rely on their life, against Luffy even, could be really good. But it's just I think
For the most part, they're gonna take those hits early on.
I think against those late stage decks, you're gonna struggle very hard, and like Black Yellow Luffy is like one of Yamato's worst enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that. I think that's just spot on. Kaido. I think Kaido's like Coped or they won with what?
Yeah, I put that man in Copez, bro. I had a lot of
Yeah.
hope for Kaido, Black Maria.
Yeah.
You have these interesting plays where you can do his -7 to trash a life
And then
and then
keep it fucking going, get it all back.
get that Dawn back with Black Maria. But I think like to get there, that payoff, I don't know if it's like worth it most of the time. I think you're better off just adding pressure with Purple Luffy
Yeah.
than doing this roundabout Kaido play. I think it's a really fun and interesting a deck. I just don't think it's too good though. Like
The
compared to all these other decks.
It's consistent with all the decks to the left of it. Doing cope with your friends is a lot of fucking fun. But are you gonna win with any of it? Probably not. But damn it, it feels good.
That's where I live, bro. I live in the Cope.
Hell
Cope
yeah.
Island.
I feel like this deck, it's somewhere in
Right.
between.
It's not her time yet. It's not
Yeah.
her time yet.
Never good.
She,
It's never gonna be her time.
the support that she's getting soon is gonna be really good. But right
Yeah.
now she's, and then one deck I did want to mention is Red Purple Kid has been seeing a lot of good play.
Oh yeah,
From-
that's
I think this is gonna be one to watch out for in the coming
I
months.
made a video on it playing it in 09, and it is incredible. It's an incredible feeling, but put it like this. I had an easy almost I don't want to insult anybody, but it felt like I had an easy time against Shanks with this deck because of how heavy my swings can be and how much of a, you can even ramp now with this deck in 09 that is. But it's got such like bad matchups and it gets caught with its pants down so often against everything else that it's like, oh, okay, I see. Like you'll play with it against one in one matchup and you'll be like, how does this deck even lose? And then you'll play another match and you'll be like, oh, I understand now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see.
Yes. You big, me small. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the rest. I don't think they're all cucked here. Let me say this for the kids at home. I don't think you're at cucked here. I think you're cucked here.
Shout
I
out to
think
all those-
you're cucked here. And
Shout out to all those Sabo players.
You're
out
cucked
there.
here. Hell yeah. I think I have had so much fun making a deck with this, making a list with, I don't know, but yeah, I think this one's it's there when it's, man, the way I've beaten Enel with it, just looping fucking Kiko Nojos, but and it's a lot of fun. The Luffy loop, I beat a Luchi with that Luffy loop, the Rush Luffy. You attach to Dawn, and you just keep swinging, and then they can't ever pop it because you put it back on top of your life. And then when they swing at you or they do anything to you, they put it back in your hand, and then guess what? You're gonna swing again with it, and you're gonna heal again. But yeah, it's just now I hear it gets better. It gets better in 09. It gets some support.
Yeah.
But I think as far as 8.5 goes, we're good here with
Yeah.
the leaders we have talked about. There are a couple leaders that aren't really going to see any play in 8.5.
Yeah.
I think like you said, the top like 3 rows are really the only ones that are gonna
be relevant. You're actually gonna see. Yeah. And I mean, they're not gonna see this, but you're gonna see it over here just because it's Luffy. But anyhow,
I'm gonna build it, and then you're gonna see it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be so far into purple. I'll probably never looking back after this. After this weekend, I'm playing black Luffy, and then I'm probably never gonna touch anything but purple for I don't know when. That's gonna be it. After that, I'm graduating. Yeah, until I start losing, and then I'm gonna be right back. Well, gang, that about sums everything up. If you guys got any, if you watching at home got any thoughts and feelings, please remember to smash that like button, finger pop that subscribes defecator, go down to them comments, slob them comments. Let me know what are we thinking that's right, wrong, and what do you think differently?
Where are you uploading this?
Do what?
So where are you uploading this in those 7 comments?
To YouTube. And believe it or not, I'm monetized. Like this can still inherit just pennies on the dollar. But yeah. So
pennies on the
that
dollar.
made $2 whole dollars.
Hell yeah. I'm about to retire from the fire service a lot earlier than anticipated. But yeah, so let's see if we can get this right this time. It's been Murado Music with 3-Piece TCG.
Big beard.
There we go.
Big beard.
Yeah. And I will catch you guys in the
put that
next
back down.
one.
No, put
Hey.
Flows like a faucet, swag dripping like a faucet. Dooney fixin', got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers, the mission. I see they got the lights, camera, but no action. They actually fiction.